packed during the weekends, and it's very popular for families. And it's also very packed in the winter because of the cold and nice weather.
Yes, of
It
course.
has 2 large football fields. One is exclusively for teams to play in. The other is open to anyone. And a basketball field and a playground for children. And it has a 1 kilometer track around it for exercise. Next, Abdul Latif bin Hamad Al Jabr Grand Mosque. It's neighbor to the park, so you can go between them when it's prayer time. The Grand Mosque was also opened in 2015 alongside the yard. The mosque is very large and it has enough space for the Friday prayer and the Eid prayer. There's also a library next to the mosque with many books about Islamic history and hadith books. Next, we're going to talk about the streets. The streets have been very bad recently. They've started to fix them and they've added sidewalks and more street lights, which is good. And I hope in the future they will continue to work upon the streets. They've recently also added speed bumps, which is good because there are many people that speed in this area. Next, we're going to talk about the sewage problems, which is something that I have suffered from recently. During the winter season, because of the heavy rain, the rainwater flows from multiple areas down in one area in front of my house, which is directly behind the Grand Mosque that we've talked about recently. And all of that water goes into the sewers, which then causes the sewage to overflow. And
Yes.
a mix of rainwater and sewage water comes out and completely submerges the streets. And sometimes, most of the times, goes into multiple houses. They've sadly haven't worked on this, even though we've sent many complaints and even got the Sheikh to talk about it. They haven't really done anything, which is disappointing. Moving
Just
on.
I have a comment.
Yes.
I'm sorry for interruption. Before maybe 2 years, the authorities started or began a project, right?
Yes.
This project is to fix that problem. So yes.
Yes. Carry on. Sorry.
No, you have no problem. Go on. Start your explanation.
I haven't heard about any of this, and they haven't really done anything to help us. So far, they've only ignored us.
أستاذ محمد.
Yes.
معليش تأخرت بس كنت أشحن جوالي كان طافي.
You have no problem. Okay, it's okay. But please don't interrupt us again. Okay.
Okay.
Yeah. As usual, I'm going to check all names at the end of our course. Go on, Abdulaziz. Still, you have 1 minute, Abdulaziz, to finish your.
In the end, Al Jazeera School, which is our school, it was opened in 2009. The school has 2 main buildings. One is reserved for elementary students, and the other is shared by middle school students and high school students. Both schools have a connected underground section for the theater and for the mosque. And I have been a student in the school since 2014, where I was in the 6th grade.
It's our honor to have a student like you, Abdulaziz.
And I'm happy to have a good teacher like you, Mr. Mohammed. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Next is my neighbor's opinions. First, I asked Khalid Al-Gahtani, which is 2 houses to my right, and he said, I personally love this neighborhood and I wouldn't want to live in any other neighborhood. And he seems very happy about it. Next, Majid Ad-Dosari. He also is very positive about this. I really love this neighborhood. The people here are very nice and there are so many restaurants to choose from, which they've recently started to make multiple restaurants.
Yes.
And lastly, Abdullah Al-Zahrani. He said, I love this neighborhood, but the streets are horrendous, and they've been working on that problem recently, which is good. And lastly, my predictions. I don't think that much will change in the next 10 to 20 years, but some things that might change is that they will hopefully fix their sewage system problems and add good measures to combat harsh weather, and that they will also fix the streets and make them easier to drive on.
Thank you very much, Abdulaziz, for this excellent explanation. And thank you again for this presentation. Now we're going to listen to, of course, I'm going to evaluate you next course, okay? So now we're going to listen to Badr, if you can speak, Badr. If you don't have any problem to open your mic and start to speak, Badr Shibani. Okay, seems like you have a problem like usual. So now we're gonna listen to Hamid Lamran. Hamid. So Omar Al-Ghamdi.
Yes, teacher.
Yes, Omar. Going to present your own project. So prepare it. Start, Omar.
Yes. So, Faisaliya neighborhood is my childhood neighborhood, and I still live in it.
I'm sorry for interruption, but please raise.
So today we are going to talk about my neighborhood and many students' neighborhood, Faisaliya. So if you can just go down, teacher, please.
Of course.
Places. Faisaliya in recent times has opened a lot of places, including Majdoui agency, car agency, and Al Danube, and many restaurants, many small restaurants. Yes, can you go down? Development. A lot of these, most of these places that I have mentioned have opened in recent years, like in the last 5 years or so. So that shows the range of development that happened in recent years. Yes. The neighbors or the people who are around the neighborhood are so kind. As of most of my friendships came from this area, of course, and anyone who moved here can say the same thing.
How long have you been, or have you lived in this area or neighborhood?
Since I was born, teacher.
Yes. So that's why you have many there, right?
Yes, of course.
Yes.
Coffee shops. As I mentioned before, a lot of places have opened in recent years, including a lot of coffee shops, and you can ask my colleagues in the class. There are a number of good coffee shops that you can sit in with your friends or family and just have a quiet time. Teacher, there's a point that I forgot to mention. Can I say it?
Of course, yes.
Yes. And Faisaliya has witnessed the opening of the first cinema in the Eastern Province. And
Carrefour Mall, right?
I forget.
Okay.
Avenues. Yes, sorry. Avenues Mall.
Yes.
Has witnessed the opening of the first cinema in the Eastern Province in 2019. That's all.
So Omar, let me ask you a question out of box. What are your predictions and expectations for your neighborhood?
Well, based on what happened, I predict that more places will open and more expand will happen.
Just in buildings, you mean?
Buildings, roads, etc.
Popularity, right?
Yes.
Yeah. Thank you very much, Omar, for this good explanation. And now the next student, just a moment. Fahad Al-Hamdan. Fahad,
Yes, teacher.
prepare your project because you're going to present your own project right now.
Okay.
Something went wrong, so I'm going to open it again. We might face such problems, so I'm going to open it and cancel sharing and then reshare your project, okay?
Okay, teacher.
Okay. So just a moment. Someone has written in the chat box. Okay, Badr, if you have, Badr has told me that he has a problem in his mic, so you have no problem. عليكم السلام. Thamer, so Thamer, I didn't see what you've written till now. So again, I'm going to open your own PowerPoint presentation. But I have to leave in a few seconds. I'm so sorry because something went wrong on the Classlight site. So I'm going to leave within few seconds, then I'm going to share it. Yes, Fahad, go on.
Yes, teacher. Before I got into my presentation, I want to say that I am close neighbors with Faisal Damar and Abdelaziz Al Awad. We are in the same neighborhood, An-Nuza. And yes, I will talk. The first thing I'm going to talk about is the streets. The streets in the Nuzha neighborhood. At first, it was very bad because there were potholes everywhere. But
Fahad, I'm
while
sorry.
ago,
Just a moment, please.
yes,
How
yes,
about
yes, okay.
starting with its location first?
You want to talk about this location first?
Yes. Is it near or
Okay,
far from your school and so on? In the middle of the Dammam city?
sorry, teacher, I can't hear you. Can you?
Is it
Talk
far or near from your school?
No, it's very near to my school. About 5 minutes in car or 6 minutes, like that.
Okay, go on. Streets.
So streets in Nuzha neighborhood at first was very bad because there was potholes everywhere. But a while ago, they begin to restore and decorating the streets and placing some parkings and speed bumps because there's a lot of people got speed in the streets here. And second, I'm going to talk about my school, Shams al-Jazeera. It's very near to my house. It's like 6 minutes or 5 minutes in car. So school is opened in 2009, and the school has two buildings. The first one is for the elementary school, and the second one is for the middle and high school students. Both buildings have a football and basket field and cafeteria for students to have their breakfast. And both of the building have their own mosque, and both are shared theater. I have been in this school since it was first opened. And the second thing I'm going to talk, the third thing is Al Hazm Yard. It's very popular in our and my neighborhood. It was opened in 2015. Al Hazm Yard is a famous area in the neighborhood, and it's crowded on the weekend. And sometimes people are from other neighborhoods come to visit it. And in winter, this place become beautiful because people open a small stall to sell sweets to the children. and there are some activities in the weekend or in the winter.
Yes.
The yard contains two soccer fields and one small and one big. The big one is received for a specific club, and there is also a basketball court. And it is the Abdul Latif bin Hamad Al Jabr Grand Mosque. It's very near to the yard, and it's opened in the same time, 2015. The mosque is a traditional design from the outside and the inside. Is large mosque and accommodates the worships for the Eid prayers. As for the mosque, it's a beautiful and clean, and also the bathrooms and ablution areas are clean and large and clean and large. Sorry, and there is also a library that contains Hadith and Quran books.
Yes.
Uh, Al-Filwa and Al-Jawhara Museum. Uh, I know this museum before 2 years, but I didn't visit it because but then I figured that it's open and it's okay to go there.
Yes.
So its concern is electric mix of items, includes a 500 years old copy of the Quran and vintage cars and antiques, a lot of things, and some of the private possessions of Saudi Arabia's first monarch, King Abdulaziz. Visitors can also see a traditional Saudi bedroom and meeting of hall setup. There's something in the quirky assortment of crustaceans to pick the interest of every visitor. So I talked to a lot of my neighbors and I take their opinions. So I took two of them, or four, I think. The first one, Abdulaziz Al Ghamdi, it's very close to me, like two house or one house. I love this. He said that he loved this neighborhood and loved the neighbors. They are advantage to this neighborhood. There are lots of nice food and groceries. So after him, I talked to Muhammad Zahrani. Uh, he's not too close to me, but it's I can go for him to 2 minutes in the car. He said that the neighborhood is nice, but sometimes he got badly mooded because the noises of cars that caused by people speeding
It's
on the
not on.
street.
It's not only on your neighborhood. I think is the whole city suffers from that problem, right?
Yeah, right. But our there is a few of my neighborhood have a sport cars, so when they go at night, they go fast, on the street, so that make a noise for him,
Yes.
and he gets mad for it. Then I talked to Khalid Dosari. He said that he don't very like. Sorry. He said that his third neighborhood is it, and it's left, and so far it's the best because of the treatment of the neighborhoods, and there
And
is no.
Abbas, I'm so sorry for interruption
No, it's
because
okay.
time is running out. But yeah, actually, you have a very fluent language, so I hope to complete in other courses. Now, let's talk about predictions. Your own predictions.
Yeah, I don't think it's much will change in the next 10 years or 20, but something that may change in that they will hopefully fix the streets and added a good counter measure to combat harsh weather, and that they will also fix the switch system.
Excellent, Fahd. Thank you very much for this excellent explanation. Now I'm going to share the web page again. So just a moment. Uh, I have to ask Mr. Slam to have the permission for 5 more minutes. Can we, Mr. Slam?
Yes, okay.
Thanks very much. I'm going to reshare the website page, but just a moment. I'm so sorry. I have to also to leave and then to share again. So just a moment. Next is Muhammad Lekhnifar. Muhammad, be prepared.
Hello.
Yes.
All right. Hello, teacher. How are you?
Can you see your project?
Yes, I can see it clearly. Yeah.
Yeah. Start right now.
All right. Hello.
Yes. Yes. Go on.
Yeah. Could you scroll down a bit?
It is what?
Could you scroll down?
Okay.
All right. Okay. So first of all, I'll talk about my district's location or my neighborhood's location. It is next to Al Nuzha and Al Jam'iyin. It's a fairly new neighborhood, so there aren't many places. So, for example, we still don't have any type of schooling next to our house. We only have one supermarket available, and the neighborhood has only been lived in for 15 years, so it's very new actually. So you might not see many things in it because there aren't any actually. So we'll start with the walkway. This for people who live in the area, this is the Al-Ittisalat walkway. You can find it next to the Ittisalat building, the new building they have. It's a nice place to get your 10,000 steps in and take a bit of fresh air.
Yes.
This is the supermarket or convenience store. It's Sahel Mart. It has a gas station, and it's a good place, to grab if you want just like a snack or a drink or anything, just to get, something quick for the day. And this is the only supermarket we currently have, Banda, for the house supplies and, whatever you need.
But because it's a vital place, so in the future, I expect to find more such places in the future.
Actually, inshallah, Lulu and Tamimi are gonna open in the next couple of years, inshallah.
Yes, as I have told you, because it's a vital place, right?
Yeah, of course. We need, Banda gets super crowded sometimes, even on weekdays, because it's the only place to buy your goods,
Yes.
Second, the barber shop, of course. It goes without explaining. It's a necessity in every neighborhood, new or old. And, thankfully, our neighborhood houses one of the most famous tailors in the Eastern Province, Neil Taylor. It gets really busy during Eid season, so you have to actually go there 15, sometimes 20 days before Eid just to secure 1 or 2 thobes in the Eid and holiday seasons. Alhamdulillah, my favorite restaurants or my favorite fast food restaurants, Kentucky and Hardee's, are in this neighborhood. So, they did make me fat, but alhamdulillah. And this will be the most important places and necessities in my neighborhood. I hope in the future, maybe 5-10 years, there will be much more places, inshallah.
Inshallah, I hope so, and I expect also so. Thank you, Muhammad, for this perfect explanation. Till now, yes, we're going to complete the other students in the upcoming courses because time is running out. But Mr. Islam and Mr. Thamir, if you have something to say, we want to thank you first for attend our course. يعطيك العافية يا أستاذ إسلام والأستاذ ثامر على تشريفنا في الحصة.
الرحمن الرحيم. First of all, I would say something for you and for the student. It was a beautiful session. I would like to thank all the students who presented today. That's what we're looking for in our English session, to make all the students talk. Please talk. If you talk a lot in English, you will prepare yourself to university. So I would like to say thank you, Mr. Muhammad Salah, and thank you for all my students who presented. And inshallah, everyone will present like this. I would like to say thank you.
You're welcome, Mr. Islam. It's a pleasure to see you here in our course.
السلام عليكم.
عليكم السلام. يعطيكم العافيه يا شباب.
شكرا لكم اول شيء. الله يعطيكم العافيه استاذ محمد. شكرا لجميع الشباب، بصراحه كان عرض شيق وممتع، واتمنى لكم التوفيق وان شاء الله وان شاء الله اشوفكم في مراتب اعلى واعلى. معليش في ملحوظه بس بسيطه، مو ملحوظه هي، بس بغيت احد الطلاب يتواصل معي، الطالب محمد الخنيفر. يا ليت بعد ما تخلص من الحصه من الاستاذ محمد تتواصل معي للاهميه. الله يعطيك العافيه واشكركم، وشكرا لك جزيلا استاذ محمد.
شكرا.
محمد، يا ليت بس احتاج منك ترسل لي تفاصيل الحصه من ناحيه العنوان وايش الهدف اللي كان مطلوب من الحصه، عشان ارفع لك فيها كخطاب شكر. الله يعطيك العافيه. شكرا
جزيلا لحضورك.
شكرا لكم يا شباب.
وشكرا لكم يا شباب، شكر جزيل طبعا كالعاده، يعني رائعين. وان شاء الله باقي الطلاب برضو انا متاكد ان عندهم افضل من كده بكتير جدا. يعطيكم الف عافيه ان شاء الله، واشوفكم على خير باذن الله. في رعايه الله يا شباب.
يعطيك الف عافيه يا استاذ، ما قصرت.
الله يعافيكم رجاله، شكرا جزيلا.
يعطيك العافيه يا استاذ، ما قصرت.
الله يعافيكم يا شباب، شكرا يا شباب.